Hey guys, we are back. I have the door open. A little warm in here, but let me get a breeze in. We got some sound outside. Hope everyone's been doing well. Got a little something for you today, for you guys today here. Just a quick rebuild. Or I don't know if it's gonna be quick. It never is. So, as you guys can see here, this is the skeleton 60 that we hacked our way together to get put together last time around. But right here, this is our Polaris yellow, and we just want to do a little rebuild. So we got a couple packages. Oh, snooze redeemed all the packages, so we can go and start with that. So here's the plan. We'll open up these 3 packages, and then we're gonna do just a little type test on the current build that's here, and then we're gonna actually go through with the rebuild. So you can hit the build command if you so please, and if we have any time at the end after all the good normal fun stuff, then we're gonna open this guy back up and just take a few photos, because Oko was asking a little bit more about getting info for a replacement from the manufacturer. So Quappa, welcome to the stream, and again Snooze, welcome. All right. Okay, so let's get this out of the way, and also this out of the way. Our first package, a quick one, quick, simple one. Let me grab a box cutter, some scissors, 3 simple packages, smaller ones, but hopefully pretty decent. Alright, the first dumb one. I've opened one of these before. This is a refill. It's funny too, because it's like, this is a toothbrush head replacement for Quip, which I'm realizing they also, I think, include a battery. Energizer Max. So they include a refill here, and it looks like a feminine hygiene product packaging, but I assure you it is not. It is for oral hygiene. Alright, moving on. Package number 2. I know what this one is, so let's give it a little open here. Take a look. This I'm pretty excited about. As you might imagine me to be. Check this out, guys. We got, and I'm so curious here because someone mentioned this. Ah, okay. I know who it was. it is. There we go. So this is a GA15.0 Alps PCB from GMK VoC. This was recommended to me by Spelunkpunk. So he pointed me in the right direction where to go and find it. Yeah, just it's another Alps PCB. So I wanted to see, you know, I've been using all these Keep Me Up PCBs. Curious to see where this one will take me. You know, just trying to see and get another PCB here that'll work for us. And it does look like it has stabilizer holes where I kind of want and need it to be. Yeah, cool. So this has finally come in. Yeah, pretty happy about it. So this is these will supplant the two plain Alps PCBs that have broken. Hopefully, at some point we'll run some tests on these just to make sure that these guys are soldered in all properly and that it's tested working, because we all know the plain 60s from last time around were pretty bad. Okay, continuing along. We got one more package, and I have an idea of what it is, but I can't even be certain until we actually go and get this open. Let's take a look. I think I know what it is, and I think this will resolve a lot of this mystery package issues that I've been having lately. There's been a mystery package that's kind of just been in transit, I'm getting emails about, but no tracking. Like, it'll tell me that was shipping, but it didn't tell me like who it was from or where it originated. But it looks like this is it. So silly me was I entered this group buy for AI03 daughter boards, not realizing you can just get them like straight from Canon Keys. I guess a little sad thing about this one is it comes with the cables that don't have the easy pull notches, but hey, they're daughter boards, they'll work. And I've needed a spare just in case I ever need to run this on you know, something like a plain 60, which we all know is broken, or if I wanted to do a second build on the J02, and also just to have them as backups. So finally the mystery has been solved. Speaking of, I'm gonna go back and look at the VoC PCB. Doesn't look like there's any daughter board entry in here, but that's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay, so that's about it for that. Well, let's get back into this here. I'm gonna pull this out. So for anyone who may not have seen this from interesting. I am getting paged right now, so let me go and take care of that. Just give me 1 second. I wanted to be able to run a type test, but maybe we'd do a tiny bit of co-working while we get this going. Interestingly enough, this appears to not be functioning. Oh, there we go. Okay, we good. Okay, so here's what I'll do. I believe if we just shut off the music a little bit, I can utilize my co-working as a sound test of sorts. So let's do this. I have a feeling I've had an issue with this cable. I think it's the cable where my R's don't register. Or they don't seem to register all the time. I think it's a cable problem because like all my keyboards are like this, and I doubt that I'm just soldering the R wrong every time. Okay. Okay. Let me go to full face. Okay, apologies. This is a little bit of co-working and not entirely too much typing, but yes, this is a Polaris. So give me a moment, guys. I just have to take care of a little bit of work that may or may not entail some typing. And so far, there's very little of it. Yeah, I feel like you guys are mostly hearing me use the mouse. Okay. So I am going to keep my eye out on this work. I have just sort of like, I'll keep it in the corner of my eye here because I'm not 100% sure what I'm needing to be doing right now. So we'll see if things pop back up. But in that meantime, we'll get a real type test going, just so that y'all can hear it. Oh, interesting. Check this out, guys. New change log 1.12.3. Ah, that's cool. Oh, well, it disappeared. Well, that's gone forever. Okay. Let's change the color scheme. I feel like I haven't changed this in some time. Is this what this normally is? Serica Dark? Alright, okay, here is the type test. Oh god. Okay. I'm gonna close this door. I'm not saying it's the door's fault, but I'm gonna do it. But yes, this is a Polaris. This is a Polaris with a half PC plate, Zelio V2 62 gram springs. What else is? I think it has case foam, or some type of something in there, which I guess we'll find out. It's been a little while since I've used this, and it's been a little while since I've built this, but we'll find out what's in there. The case foam is there. I don't normally like using case foam, but it's there because there were shorts. There were shorts with the what was it? The flex cuts in the PCB in combination with the fact that it's a half plate. There were shorts from the bottom, especially considering that like the actual profile of this is like it's pretty low profile compared to a lot of other boards that I feel like I've used. But so Zelio V2 PC plate with some foam. Finished building already? No, no, God, this is. I did not finish building already. I am not that fast, and I never am. Bagak, welcome to the stream. This is the build that I put together. Must have been. I don't know. I guess I could find out. When did I build this? February 27th. I built this on February 27th. Has some Zelio V2 62 grams springs in PC plate, half plate, and I'm doing how do I put this? Just laying out the foundation here, or just like being full disclosure. I am going to build a second build because I have a second PCB. And a bunch of other plates, but I only have one extra PCB, so I'm gonna do a build with that second PCB and a palm plate, and then eventually I'm probably gonna do a rebuild and take the Zelio switches out of here down the line. Also, Yeah, I guess there's like a slight reason that I'm doing this. Let's do one more test. Let's do one more test, and I'll explain my rationale here. Okay, one more test. Ooh, that was hot at the beginning, and that one kind of flamed out at the end. All right, let's get the music back on. Okay. So, what's to say here? Normally, I have a pretty decently large backlog of boards I haven't built yet, but I wanted to do this rebuild just for now because I'm holding off on a slight logistical planning change that's going to happen within the next 2 days or so, which I can explain in even further detail, but let's start taking this apart here. Or I don't know if we even need to, but I guess we can. Do we even want to? I feel like we could just begin building because I have the extra stuff. Where did I put it? Ooh. I just had it. I placed it down somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I have, the truth of the matter is that like I think I was like scared into a lot of things. I was scared into a situation that I'm in, which is I always buy like second PCBs and multiple plates, or like at least second PCBs. I don't know if I'll necessarily say multiple plates, but I get scared into buying second PCBs because it's just like, hey, what if I mess up a PCB I have now? Which I feel like I don't mess up PCBs that frequently, but I guess maybe I kind of do. But it did especially happen way back several years ago when I was working on a KMac LE, and so that PCB is still really bad at this point. So I was scared of buying these second PCBs, but then it's like, well, once I build one and I don't mess it up, at least now, it's like I don't really do rebuilds that frequently. And even if I do, it's like my equipment now is better than the equipment I had several years ago. Oh, I should have opened up a tester first. So it's like, I feel like it's become a little unnecessary for me to buy these second PCBs, but since I already have so many, it's like, it's just free extra builds that I can have here, I guess, as content, I suppose. Okay. So I have so many boards that are like this, where I have these second builds, and I've always been of the feeling that like at some point, and it just hasn't happened yet, I want to ramp up like my streams, and just, you know, life comes up sometimes, which is why I don't really have a consistent stream schedule. But I wanted to ramp up to a point where like I'm caught up on all of my unbuilt stuff before I get to these rebuilds. Whoa, Andy. You made it. I'm on stream right now.
Mario.
It is Mario. Alright, so
What the fuck is that?
I am on live, Andy. For anyone out there who's watching, my co-host Andy has just joined.
I'm the host. You're the co-host.
I was just explaining my situation here, which some of it may, very little of it may interest you, but there's small parts that may. But before I get into that, as you've just joined, what you up to? You just get home or what?
Oh, I've been home. Just been chilling.
Oh,
Big chilling.
big chilling.
Big chilling for sure.
Cool.
Not much to do.
Oh, all right.
What about you? What are you building?
I am okay. So I was explaining, I'm doing this rebuild of a keyboard I built in February, which seems a little bit odd, admittedly, because I have unbuilt stuff I've never built before. Like, why would I do a second or like a rebuild? Something I already have, and I have an explanation. I wanted to do this today because I wanted to hold off on a small announcement that I haven't made yet.
Shit.
But I guess I want to make sure that I am pronouncing that right. Hold on, because you've been here before, but I feel like I've messed this up before too. Auriga Technologies. Welcome back to the stream. Yes, this is a Polaris that we're going to be doing a second build of. So the quick announcement for anyone who's tuned in right now, interested to maybe know, is Auriga Technologies. Perfect. Okay. Quick announcement is, and I'll be probably putting it up tomorrow. What the shit? Sorry. I am going to be kind of splitting up my media presence, social media presence, to basically I'm opening up, or I already have opened up 2 new Instagram accounts. I don't know what this is supposed to be for. Sorry, this is the most anticlimactic announcement making I've ever made, but I'm still trying to figure out what it is I'm doing here on the screen. So I don't know, I can't figure out what this is. Apparently this is not even the Polaris doesn't have VIA flashed onto it. That seems interesting. Okay, sorry, let me go back to it. The announcement to make was that I'm opening up 2 different extra Instagram accounts, one for concert photography and one for keyboards. So I wanted this one to be like a little bit like a chiller, non-announcement, non-new keyboard for the meantime before I actually go and make this announcement tomorrow. And then I'll be back, I believe, possibly on Wednesday. I think I might be back on Wednesday. I'm not sure yet, but I might be back on Wednesday doing a Meridian build. Whatever it is, whenever it might be. The next build will be the Meridian, which we haven't touched yet. So yeah, I wanted to be able to just time things right, just with what I have going on. And yeah, I wanted to open up. I've been meaning to just like start using secondary Instagram accounts, or like have a personal one, which I've already been using for 35mm photos. And then separate one into keyboards. That way it's just like I can have like all of my keyboard related stuff just like segmented properly. I'll probably become a bigger user. Like a more refined presence in keyboards with that. So 20V, welcome. Yeah, we got the Meridian coming up soon. Wednesday might be the day, but I also might be going to a show on Wednesday. I'll kind of have to see like if I'm going to be doing that. If I do, it'll either be very early or very late in the day. But it seems possibly likely. So, okay. So Polaris doesn't have VIA flashed onto it off the bat. If I plug this old one in, what are you up to now, Andy?
I'm literally laying down.
Sick, dude.
It's pretty nice, like laying down.
Laying down is chill. Alright, I am trying to look up VIA. Okay, so weird thing here is plug in the Polaris. The board should detect automatically provided the key map was flashed correctly during assembly. Gok, do you only buy HHKB boards or would you consider Win keyless as well? I only get HHKB for the most part. Meridian is pretty much the furthest out from HHKB I'll go. And it's literally because there's no perfect HHKB split layout board that has been presented to me. The BMEC is, but it has that left column. Yeah, the BMEC has that that macro column on the left, and I'm not that big a fan. The Meridian has always intrigued me because it was a split layout that basically was like a 60. There's no arrows on the right, there's no macro column on the left. So yeah, I've just found it like the closest, but it's not an HHKB, which I find a little bit of a downside, but since it's the closest that we can get, I'll do it. Mountain? KVD found Mountain? Is this actually an HHKB? This looks pretty Win keyless. Oh, it's more like the Meridian. I see, yeah. So yeah, this gets close to. It does. I didn't really follow it that closely. I'll be perfectly honest in saying that. Yeah, the Meridian compactness is what I really like about it. And this one's close to it. I feel like it works. Anyways, I want to look for VIA. AI03 Polaris VIA. I found a result here, but it is taking a long while to load. I guess it's already attached here. There we go. I have an HHKB board at the moment, but it sounds pretty bad. Oh. Oh. I like the sound of that. Well, that's exciting. Alrighty. I always forget. Okay, what I need to look for is what? What am I looking for? TMK. I have this README that I wrote into a fork of TMK that reminds me how to do this from the command line. And I'm trying to remember where it was. Okay. Keyboard, KMac. Ah, okay. I always have to bring myself back to. Oh no! Don't look at that. Uh-oh, doxed. I pulled in the wrong tab, like completely the wrong tab. All right. Okay. So this is what I need. And I think the thing I always need to go along with this is a second cable. Which I always seem to lose. Here it is. I missed the leak. Will the VOD be up? Well, this is in particular. Whenever I notice that I've leaked something, like whenever I noticed I leaked something, I usually try to be good about hiding things. I mean, you guys might have seen what you need to see, but I'll do my best to, in retrospect, hide it. Is it that big of a leak? I don't know. I don't know if it was, but it was a. Well, that's a good one. Okay. I feel like I'm trying to be super cautious right now. Okay. Plug this in somewhere. Andy, you still there?
No.
Sick.
Did you see that Kyle Kuzma fit today?
Oh my god, that was crazy. Hey, send me a link so I can post it in Twitch chat or just show it on the screen. If you have like the picture, I'll show it on screen. God dang, I'm in so much trouble. I'm struggling hard right now.
trending on Twitter. Sent.
Okay, before I get started with this reflashing, we got to take a look at this picture here. Whoa! Okay, first of all, GOC, that's crazy. Alright, I don't even know if I was supposed to say that, but okay. I will refrain from it. Anyways, the second most important thing, even more important than this flashing right now, is this fit. Look at this guy's fit. This is Kyle Kuzma of the Washington Wizards. What y'all think? Pretty sick, right? I like this. I like that first reply where it's all big. Anyways, enough of that. Alrighty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this. What am I doing? I'm going to quickly unplug this while I take a quick look at all of this. This is a Mega 32 U4, which that's what this command says. So we're good. Okay. So I've plugged this in. I am gonna go right here and I'm going to press this button. Let's see if that did anything. I believe it did, because nothing is registering. I'm going to paste this in, but instead of this KMAC Lufa hex, I will write in the ai03 Polaris via. Oh shit. Okay. So now when I touch any of these, should be good. And then when I unplug this, go into via. Hey, there we go. So we should be good now. And I can do what I need to do here. Key map, layouts, split, split right shift. There we go. Perfect.
Shouldn't the NBA have it like when they gave out the suspensions to LeBron and that other guy? Shouldn't they have done it where like they wouldn't play against each other right after? Like,
I know what you mean.
it's like, why couldn't they just give that Stewart guy like one more game?
It's a good question. But you know what is crazy is that they suspended him for that game against the Knicks, which I think is like a big deal. LeBron, yeah. Okay, MO1.
LeBron James.
Man, I'm kind of hungry. Oh my god.
Dude, I'm hungry too, man. I don't know if you know how I always complain about like my bad luck ordering stuff?
Yes.
So that not only extends to stuff that I buy online, but also fast food. I always get screwed at fast food places. usually when it comes to like sauces, like I'll order nuggets and I'd ask for like barbecue, sweet and sour, whatever, and I like just expect it to be in my bag, and it's always a mistake because I go home and more than half the time like they don't give me the sauces, and I don't know what it is. Like I'm sure it's like an honest mistake, or like I've upset some sort of god because it happens to me all the time. And I'm not like mean or anything. I like there's like no reason for them to like be like, oh, let's screw this guy, you know. But it happened to me again today, like to no surprise, where like I said, you know what, I'm gonna be healthy today. I'm gonna get a salad, thinking a salad it won't be bad to get a salad, right? And then I come home and they didn't give me like the dressing that it's supposed to come with, and then I just had a really just upsetting meal, you know.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh man, it's rough out here. Life's hard.
I know what you mean. Oh, I didn't know Via had this. I don't even know which one's which. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. I think we're good.
Okay.
Let's try this again. Back to where we were from before. Nice. Okay. Very chill. Very chill. I think we got all, so I think we're good. Okay. So this is a palm plate. I got this, some guy I guess had a couple of palm plates made, but what's also interesting was that he also got a bunch of gaskets, extra gaskets cut. So he goes on to describe one of them as soft and the other one as very soft. So what you guys think I should use? Guess I'll put it up here, poll. I realized I need to plug in a keyboard. It is a full plate, yes. So I was told that soft was close to stock. So the guy got gaskets cut, and he along with the plate. So that's where we're at right now. Very soft in the lead. I'll just handle this later. Man, I'm hungry, man. I'm gonna eat
You should
something.
get a salad with no dressing.
Dude, I used to eat that when I was like a freshman in college.
I need someone else to suffer with me. Yeah, you were like you did it because you had no other choice, or it was by your like
I chose.
the reason.
I chose to.
Yeah, you're strong.
But that was a long time ago. I would no longer make that choice.
Weren't you like obsessed with like that sesame dressing for a while, and you would just like eat everything with it?
Oh my god, yeah. Ada was too. And then she got sick of it. I am actually not sick of it because I kind of cooled on eating salads, which is probably not a good health choice, but... Oh, real quick, I guess I'm wondering, am I supposed to, if anyone knows the answer, am I supposed to put the gaskets on before or after I solder all the switches in? Let me know if you guys know. Very soft, looks like it's in the lead. I'm gonna go find a snack. Well, if anyone knows here, should I put the gaskets on before I do anything, or do I do it later? Ooh, okay. Got some cashews. I think I got almonds. I feel like I had almonds, but I don't see it. Oh, here they are. Any Polaris? Okay, let's see. I think I can just find it on the instructions here, wherever it was. Oh, interesting. Oh, I need to put in some stabilizers. Forgot about that thing. Georgie TV, welcome to the stream. Oh, I guess you can't even see what I'm looking at. Okay, so before putting in the switches and stabilizers, they are saying to put in the gaskets. There's this thing that says warnings and instructions. Ah. Wait. So this one says, place the long gaskets onto the plate, but if you're using an aftermarket plate, install it into the case top. Why? Why wouldn't I put it on here? You could? Yeah, I figure I could, but why? I'm a little confused by why there's a distinction. I think one thing is the current build I have it in has gaskets on the plate. So I figure I want it to match, especially if like the half plate that's in there if like the half plate uses like specific gasket hardness, I might want it different with the other build. But I guess my main thing is a little confusion on why this distinction gets made within the actual official instructions.
What's up?
Yo.
So how do I set?
Happy birthday, dear 69.
Happy birthday, dear 69.
What's up? What'd you do today?
I didn't do anything today. I just worked. I did like all the birthday stuff on the weekend.
Sick, dude. Guys, by the way, Alex, we're live. And also to stream, it's Alex's birthday today.
That was loud. Did you see Quam?
When?
Oh, I thought you said he was like visiting or something.
Yeah, like a week ago? No, when you were in Mexico.
Oh, that was when he came. How was that?
It was cool. We went to K-Town a couple times. He stayed at my place for a little bit. But it's cool. So finally met Hester.
Oh yeah. Did Hester? What was Hester's thoughts?
She thought he was chill. Like he was not acting all crazy anymore. Not.
Moving back, mellowed him out.
Alex.
Yeah,
20V says happy birthday.
Thank you, my friend.
Alright, I'm gonna deafen real fast. Alright, so I think I figured it out, Gok. I think the idea is that I think this note might be, yeah, like sort of related to what you've just said, which is this notion might be using aftermarket custom plates as part of like having multiple builds, in which case it tells you to put it on the case instead with some care. That way you kind of just know, because I think there was a limited amount of gaskets that get like made and included with the original packages. So if you're trying to do like a lot of like assembly swaps, you might not have enough gaskets, and so put it on the case instead. But I came into a situation here where I think I messed up some of the gaskets, like when I was doing this first build, which was 9 months ago. So like I didn't have enough left for like subsequent builds, so I found this guy who was selling these plates along with these gaskets, and then like this kind of solves that problem. So I think in that respect it probably doesn't matter. In this case, like, yeah, I should be putting these back on the plate, as the other one has its own on their plate too. I usually offer gaskets on case to swap things around easily. Yeah. I think considering Andy just sent this, so I have to show you guys. Considering that I already have the situation where I got gaskets on the previous plate, and I might want to use different gaskets for this type of build. In this case, like, I'll do this even though it's not as easy. Does anyone know much about the waves and AirPod memes? These pointless waves and AirPod memes? I love them. All right, I'm gonna undeafen.
Or no bicycle? Shit, I don't remember. You don't know what I'm talking about?
There's a Pokemon that rollerblades.
Man, you call yourself a Pokemon?
Yeah, I'm saying there's a Pokemon that rollerblades.
There is? There's a Pokemon that rollerblades?
Bro,
I don't know. That's what Andy. Oh, that reminds me. I need to get on Animal Crossing.
Oh, I bought Pokemon.
Nice. Hester got me both of them.
Really?
What do you
Yeah.
do with both, bro?
Well, she's gonna play the other one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it is here. How you doing?
Damn,
I also got her Splatoon.
Oh, nice.
What'd you say, Andy?
Do nothing.
I'm trying to finish these nuts before I continue to
These
build.
nuts.
These nuts?
Nuts. Got him.
Oh, you got yourself, dumb bitch.
Snoozerton, you gotta send those pics.
Andy, thanks for the pastries, man. They're really good.
Oh yeah.
Did you try
What
any?
do you like? Do you like how Allison's smash move?
What was that?
It's just too powerful, bro.
Yeah, one was very melted.
Oh yeah, it's because that fucking room we were in was hot as hell.
Wait, Alex.
What?
Ada says happy birthday.
Ah, thanks, Ada.
Oh, me and Hester had a stand-up show on Saturday that we checked out, like a stand-up comedy thing.
Yeah. It's very good. Who did you like?
I like
Or
the
just
girl that was talking about the dating apps.
yeah. Pretty funny. She's the one that organized the whole thing. Shopa.
Alright, let's check this
She's in a
out. Whoa.
progressive commercial.
What?
She's in a progressive commercial, that girl.
What the hell?
Yeah. Kind of like how Hester is in that almond commercial.
You can
Wait.
tell like some people were like really nervous.
Yeah. That one guy, Christian, he was just too drunk.
Alright, deafen real quick, but I think there's an issue, Snoozerton, with some of these pictures you're sending is that they don't have AirPods. And none of these have AirPods. I think they need to be slightly modified so that they have AirPods. Whoa. I apologize, everybody. I'm looking through some messages at the moment. I'm going in slow motion right now. Haven't heard about this waves and AirPods yet? Oh, I know, it's a big thing. Big thing. Sorry, I'm just drinking this oat milk. Just having a quick snack before I continue with the build. I'm sorry, I've done like very little of this build. I recognize an hour in. we'll get it going. Yeah, if we go find some stabilizers. Oh, by the way, another thing. I realized a little while ago we did that Matrix Falcon build, and it hit me. I built it with the alpaca switches, and then I realized that I had alpaca stabilizers, but I didn't use them for the build. So I think I might do a rebuild just so I could get those stabilizers in. There's no legitimate difference other than colors, but I feel like I need to do this whole rebuild just to get it to match. Alrighty. Let's get this cracking.
Go through it and I'd be very confident for all of it. Yeah, it feels great. I'm pretty happy. Oh, how do I hit this pinata?
Oh, are you playing Mario Party?
No, Animal Crossing. It's my birthday.
Oh,
Oh shit. They gonna throw you a party?
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot how you hit the piñata. I did it a few months ago.
Told me to tap A, but it's like not working.
You know what's cool about playing Animal Crossing on your birthday is that you get to unlock one of those achievements, those Nook Mile achievements.
Oh, nice. I can travel for it. Oh, you just have to talk to everybody.
Wait, so Alex, have you started playing Pokemon yet?
Yeah.
Who'd you choose?
The Chimchar.
Oh, nice, me too. Dang it, you shouldn't have done that.
Because Infernape is just like the most broken
Oh,
of
really?
all the starters.
Is he?
Yeah. He's like super strong.
Ah.
He's like fast and is a good mixed attacker.
Oh man.
I was beat the game with him.
I was getting very close to choosing Turtwig, but I didn't.
Turtwig is cute, but Torterra is just like the worst of all of those the three evolutions.
Alright, what am I looking for here? Dude, am I crazy? I feel like I'm losing track of everything I'm doing.
Sucks that there's no purple light beam in this Pokemon.
I know, right?
I'm really excited for the beauty contest.
Really?
Yeah, it's a rhythm game.
That's like the thing I'm not excited about.
I just remember, well, I think it was really important because it was like how you evolve Phoebus to Melodic.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The berries. You do. What do you have to do with those berries again? The Pokeblocks. Is it Pokeblocks back?
Yeah. Pokeblocks. And then you do the berry farming, the honey trees.
Oh yeah.
And then, yeah, the caves look really fun to do too. I feel like, do I have? I don't think I ever owned Pearl or Diamond. I think I pirated it at one point in my life. Or like emulated it.
Really?
Hey, welcome, bro. You can't be checking the info.
Oh shit.
I vaguely remember what had happened was I had it, and then I think Tim traded me these stupidly high level Pokemon, and then like I was just like breezing through everything, and then Andy was like, "How is that even fun?" And then I don't know. Well, I'm playing it now, and I'm realizing they do the shared like experience all stuff, and you can't turn it off. I thought you could turn it off, but you can't turn it off.
That's good.
Is it? I feel like it's like too easy because like I've been like reading all these people saying like, oh yeah, like I'm like unintentionally like 10 levels too high. So I don't know if that's a good thing.
I mean, I think later on, like you like appreciate it, or early on, because like what the fuck are you gonna do to train an Abra? Like it only knows teleport. You know what I'm saying? And like it's good for like Abra and like Magikarp because that shit like takes forever.
It's
You
true.
don't have that.
It's
And
true.
you're not like doing bullshit grinding in the beginning of the game for those.
I think in some ways it's like in my head I'm like the grinding is important because it's just like then it's what makes the game feel a little rewarding, but then also on the other hand it's like I also realize like maybe it will be kind of nice because it's like I don't really have time for this. You know?
Takes forever.
Like I mean there's a point in my life where it made sense to like you know spend hundreds of hours on this game, but I don't think that I can really invest that anymore.
My favorite experience of Chris playing Pokemon was when he was trying to get a shiny Gordon in Ruby. And we would go to his house like every day, and he'd be trying to do that for like all day.
You know the funny thing is I don't really remember that. I remember doing that for a little, but not that
And
much.
we did it for like a good like I want to say like at least like 2 weeks straight of you just trying to do that.
No, what I remember was trying to look for a shiny Phoebus. Yeah, that was like impossible.
Yeah.
Because you needed to find the 6 spots.
Yeah. But the thing is like it's only the end game is it like worth it to like start shiny hunting 'cause you
Yeah.
get all the
No, but I think on top of that, that was Gen 3. That was Ruby and Sapphire. I think Ruby and Sapphire literally had the worst odds in like the entire history of Pokemon to like get a shiny. So I don't think I ever got one in that generation.
I guess hunting was really easy in Sun and Moon.
Yeah, like I heard that like Silver was when they like first introduced it, and it was like easier than Ruby and Sapphire, and then like every generation after Ruby and Sapphire, they made it like way easier. Oops.
They should have icy Pokemon.
Icy.
Yeah. Or iced out.
Their move would be like shining.
Oh, Gyroid. What the hell? Why is there a Gyroid in the ground?
Dude, Andy,
Dude, Chris,
where's Andrew?
where's Andrew?
Where's Andrew?
Probably at home.
Maybe he doesn't come on anymore.
I mean, I'm assuming he's just busy. Honestly, I don't know the answer to that. But he's got a lot going on. I don't know.
He should be less busy.
You have less things going on.
Yeah.
I'll let him know.
Thank you. Whoa, autumn leaves. Chris, did you start playing Animal Crossing yet?
I played one day of it, and then it's like I was trying to do the storage expansion. They said, "Oh, we'll do it next day," and then I haven't played since. I also got the mission to find Brewster, but then I haven't followed up at all. I don't know. I'm like I want to play it, but I also feel like fuck, like Pokemon just came out, so I don't know. Like Pokemon right now in the last like 24 hours has gotten like my interest more than Animal Crossing does, but I do want to follow up with Animal Crossing for sure.
The first gym yet?
Huh?
Did you beat the first gym yet?
No, I played like 30 minutes.
Oh.
Like I'm not saying it's taken my time. It's just that it's taken my interest.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's really easy to get fake statues now.
Really?
Yeah, I know that's your favorite.
Nice.
Because you could go to red every day now.
What? Oh, I see. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Andy, do you have your own Switch or no?
Yeah, I got the Animal Crossing one. I played it twice.
Oh, shit, nice. You should get Splatoon. It's half off.
I think Chris already got me.
I know, yeah. You just don't play it.
You should get it again so you can play it more.
Take advantage of the discount.
Yeah. Ooh, pretzels.
Dude, pretzels are bomb.
Andy, would
You
you?
can make pretzels in Animal Crossing now.
What? Well, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, Andy, would you get Pokemon?
Probably not.
Yeah,
Just because, like, I don't think I'd play it.
I see.
Is this a real statue?
Which version would you get, Andy? Diamond or Pearl?
Does it matter?
No.
I feel like it's the same shit, man.
Alex, which one? You said you got both? Which one are you playing?
Depends on which color you like. I'm playing Pearl.
Ah. Is it because you like Pearl
Yeah.
from
It
Splatoon?
is. Exactly.
What's crazy is like I got Pearl in high school, and I was just kind of like, I don't understand why anyone would get Pearl.
Why?
I don't know, because just like Diamond just seems better. Like I don't know, I've always found Diamonds more enticing than Pearls.
Yeah, Diamond sounds way sicker too.
Yeah, exactly. So then I was just like, why would anyone get Pearl? So then I got Pearl because I
Pretty
felt
cool now.
bad for Pearl.
Huh. Well, I feel that way about Sword and Shield.
Oh,
Like,
that's why you got
obviously
Shield?
Swords are way cooler than shields.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
So which one did you get? Did you get Sword or Shield?
I have sword.
Oh, yeah. Like, sometimes it's just like, I feel bad for the one that seems like it's going to be less popular.
Wait, where's my statue? Did that fool take my fake statue? What? Or was my statue real? Fucking Blathers, you dumb bitch. Why did you take my statue? Oh, the statue I thought was fake is real.
Nice. Blathers. What a great name. Do you think that's his first name or his last name?
First.
Do you think anyone's name out there is Blathers? Is there any real... Is Blathers like a real, legitimate first name?
Yeah, Blathers James.
That was so clever, dude.
Sounds like you really liked it.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Do you want to hear my review of Hydrox cookies?
Yes, I do.
They're
Wait.
definitely better than Oreos.
Oh, interesting. Wait, give a 2-sentence synopsis to chat.
Oh man. All right. So Hydrox cookies are like the original Oreos. Basically, they're like the original thing, and Oreos stole their like brand and identity and idea. But Hydrox was like the OG, and then they kind of just like lost business to Oreo over the years, like due to like marketing and bullshit. But in the past like 4 or 5 years, some guy was able to like recover the original recipes and started producing them. And then I ordered it on Amazon after like a 6-month hiatus, and it got delivered 2 weeks later.
Wait, was the guy related to like the Hydrox company at any point?
No, he just really liked Hydrox.
Wait, so
and-
is he's selling these as Hydrox? Is it like their patent expire or what?
He kind of like,
Is he
I
doing
don't
this
know.
illegally?
no, it's legally. He like, it's his brand now. He bought the rights to it.
Oh, he bought Hydrox. This
Yeah.
dude bought Hydrox.
He bought the rights to it basically. but
Crazy.
It was like pretty much a shell of its former self.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Did it taste good?
Yeah, so compared to Oreos, it's more chocolatey, and then the biscuits, like the cookies, are crispier. It kind of tastes like a brownie, like the edge of a brownie.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Ah.
and then the filling is less sweet, but like when you eat it together, the consistency is like very nice together. Like it tastes really good just all together. It's not like Oreos, how people like will just eat the frosting or do all kinds of crazy shit. It's because Oreos like just don't have their shit together. But Hydrox, it just tastes good all together.
Dang.
Well,
I'm like a fucking medicine.
It does. I think part of the reason it failed was because the name is really dumb.
Yeah, isn't that like Hydroxycut?
Something like that. And
Yeah.
then they had to make sure that people didn't think it was related to hydroxychloroquine.
Wow. Do you think they would make a non-chocolate version?
No.
Well, that sucks.
Sorry. It just never existed in the first place, so I don't think they could create one.
It's these guys. Can't even
Does
make a
Oreo
cookie.
have a non-chocolate version?
Yeah.
Really? Oh yeah, they have vanilla ones.
Yeah, and they have like lemon cookie ones. They got the whole gang.
That's because they're confused.
The whole gang of flavors.
Oh my gosh, so many gyroids now. This is the best part of Animal Crossing.
This is the last major update of Animal Crossing, but what if they come up with something even crazier? Like NBA 2K mode.
If they added sports to Animal Crossing, it'd be crazy. Animal crossing over. some that you can't eat, or you can eat the mushrooms, but you don't trip off of them. You can eat mushrooms in Animal Crossing.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, did they add what was it called? Vacation juice?
Oh,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
no.
So Pocket Camp introduced this this hand-holding item called Vacation Juice, and it's literally just like a fruity cocktail, but then they called it juice. I was wondering if they added it.
You still play Pocket Camp?
I do. It's gotten really bad. I maxed out my inventory.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so then it's like I have to like sell items to like make or keep new ones. And at some point like my ability to do this is going to get like all messed up because I'm going to have to start selling items that I can only get one of.
Have you linked your... Do you ever check like your Nintendo account for like platinum points?
Every now and then, but I always like forget.
You know that like Pocket Camp is linked to platinum points, and you're able to like get platinum points through the game,
Oh.
and then you could redeem it for like whatever.
Like what's whatever, like physical items?
Yeah, you could like there's like random stuff. It kind of like rotates, like cards or stationery
Ah.
in like real life.
I feel like they made it like pretty confusing over the years. I remember when it was just like one kind of point. It was just like my Nintendo points, and then like I used to like go on eBay and find codes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was easier back then.
Yeah.
And now it's like platinum points, gold points.
Yeah.
Just don't make sense. Whoa.
What was
During
it?
KK's birthday, you can make you can like clap. Whoa. Oh, what the hell?
Taking an eternity here.
What are you doing, Chris?
I am lubricating some stabilizers.
What if you don't lubricate them?
It's kind of like super taboo if you don't. Like,
Why?
because it makes your keyboard end up sounding really rattly.
Oh.
And a lot of people who are really into keyboards don't like that.
What if you over lubricate it?
Then if you over lubricate it, then it could be like it could function more poorly. Like it'll be unable to sort of like move or return in the proper way. Yeah.
What if you lubricate with like butter?
I don't know. I haven't tried. I don't know if anyone's really tried that, but I feel like I don't know. It could be probably weird. It might spoil. It might get like, I don't know, weird, gunky, I don't know, could like attract dirt.
Would you use a mechanical keyboard if the keys are made from chocolate? Or is that against your rules?
It's not that it's against my rules, it just doesn't seem very good of an idea. Like, probably melt where I am since my apartment gets warm. It doesn't seem like the best idea in the world, in my opinion.
You don't know shit about chocolate.
I don't know shit.
Oh, it's a flamingo.
Is it Flora?
No, Cranston.
Cranston.
Bryan Cranston. Oh, I like it. No, not really. Not like a woodpecker looking thing. Looks...
Whoa, my god.
Chris, you should try to shoot at the Dude Perfect tour.
I have no idea what that is. What is Dude Perfect?
You don't know Dude Perfect?
No. What is that?
It's those like bros that always do trick shots.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
That's crazy. They're like they are huge on YouTube.
Oh. I see. I don't know. I guess I'm not on YouTube as much as like other people are. I should be, but
They've been around for like 15 years.
I don't know what to say, man.
They're the type of stuff that House of Highlights would post. And you know, why the fuck is this being posted?
This is a highlight.
Is that style of...
See that House of Highlights post today where it's like a girl was trying to get money from underneath a cup?
Yeah.
Did,
On TikTok.
did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good
Like-
highlight.
No. Yeah. That's a good highlight from the cup game. The cup league. Where I got my what was that guy with the jerseys?
What?
Millennium. I wear my Millennium jersey to the cup game.
Why do I have so many screws out here? I have too many screws.
Whoa.
Was
Llama people can customize your cake.
oh, that's cool.
What the heck?
Yeah, they back in the game now for like customizing.
Yeah.
Sick.
Holy shit, you could customize a froggy chair?
Oh yeah.
my
you can
god. Oh shit, these are pretty sick. But you could get it in like pink and light blue and yellow, which are pretty chill. But you could also do like orange with black spots and blue with black spots. So it looks like poison dart frogs. That's nuts.
Can you do custom patterns?
No. Wow. That was crazy. Oh shit. You know how to tell if the Rosetta Stone thing is real? Just the color?
I think it's the color. If I'm getting the item right in my head.
I think black is fake or blue is fake.
Yeah, blue. Blue I think is the fake one.
Nice. Got a real one.
Nice. Dang, what's crazy is thinking that there are probably people who finished their art, like their museum art section, like when it was really hard.
It's that grind.
Okay, I think we're good here. I don't know why I took so many screws. The hell?
What the heck? That's a crazy haircut. I think that's the Octarian haircut.
For who?
You can get like new custom hairstyles from Target. And I feel like the one I just got looks like a tentacle.
They just took haircuts from other video games like Splatoon. Okay, what am I doing now? Alright, let's get this guy on. So these are switches that Ada and I were working on over the weekend. Meaning to complete these for a little while, but we finally have. I think what's cool and interesting is I think sometimes what happens when you cut palm, like working with it might be a little challenging. So you need like switches that need to be extra tight.
Just start an OnlyFans for keyboards.
I should, huh? Alright, let me go grab. I think I kind of know what keys I want. Kind of. I gotta think about it. I'll do VOC. It's like kind of Laker colored.
Lakers.
It's on my Cara right now, though.
They should rename the Lakers.
To what?
To the cryptos.
The Los Angeles Cryptos.
They should also rename the city to like Crypto City, home of the crypto arena.
It's like, I like how its claim to fame is the arena.
They're gonna start like allowing you to pay for shit in like Bitcoin. And then your game ticket is an NFT.
That'd be crazy.
You can't buy beer, you have to buy an NFT of a monkey drinking beer.
And sales will have to end before the fourth quarter.
Why do I even have an Onyx?
How do you what?
Why do I have an Onyx?
Onyx?
Yeah,
The Pokemon?
yeah.
In Animal Crossing?
No, I switched to Pokemon.
Oh. How far are you?
I'm just training to get ready for the first gym.
I see.
Training my Machop to be stronger. Just in case my Monferno gets fucked. Because it's a rock type gym.
Oh wait, the first gym and you've already leveled up you already evolved your starter?
Yeah?
I feel like, aren't you like way ahead then?
Not really.
The
The
first,
first gym is going to be like level 10 to 12.
yeah, but then aren't you like, you have to evolve at like level 16 or something?
14.
Oh.
Yeah. The thing with Pokemon games is that this difficulty scales a lot towards the end. Like it just like jumps up like crazy. So like it doesn't matter if you get ahead in the beginning. That shit's easy.
I
But
feel
later
like,
it gets really difficult.
but I feel like the forced experience share is like kind of nullifies that, because like what I heard is that like they kept all the leveling the same, but then they just now force everyone to level up.
I don't know. I mean, they've had this experience share mechanism since Sun and Moon, and I feel like,
You haven't had a problem with it?
yeah. And once you get to like the end people, then it's just like, then a lot of times the trainers have like higher experienced Pokemon than you. And it's like really hard to level up legendaries and stuff unless you have a shitload of rare candies.
Alright. Oh, shit.
Don't listen to what people say on the internet.
Damn it. I messed up here. Fuck. I didn't put the gaskets on yet. Alright. Once I find it. Shit.
Do a Pokemon battle.
What?
We should do a Pokemon battle.
Oh, you want me to beat your ass?
Yeah, right now.
Oh, beat your ass.
Let's do a one-on-one.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Did I blow it? Oh, no. Where the hell does it go? Oh, fuck. Oh, I think I'm ripping it off. Okay, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so this might be a bad gasket already, but... I am going to unscrew this. The actual full old build. And then I'm going to try to see where the gasket placement should be, because these are, seem like they're smaller.
Sun and Moon had a like a box in the PC full of like perfect IV EVs.
You had one?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
I spent a lot of time breeding that game.
How many hours do you think you played?
I don't know. Definitely more than I played any other Pokemon game.
Really, Sun Moon?
Yeah.
I remember I played Black 2 and White 2 without having played Black or White.
I've never played those Black 2 or White 2. I don't think I played Black and White either.
You know what was interesting was there was this like online integration where like you'd have to like just like somehow connect your game with like a web browser, like just your desktop web browser, and then like it had you like perform these weird series of mini games, like I don't know, like on your computer. I don't know if that makes sense.
Sure. But what about it and why?
In order to get like Pokemon that you can't otherwise get in the game, like you had to like do a bunch of.
Oh, is that what was that called? Hidden Dream World?
Dream World. It was the Dream World.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
That was like Dream World ability.
Alright, I don't actually know what I'm doing here, guys. Oh, there's two more in there.
I think Gyarados evolved into Magikarp.
That'd be pretty sick. Whoa. Okay, check this out. I feel like these gaskets are bigger. Or, no, they're about the same size. I think I just didn't censor this properly. So Gawk, I don't know if you're still out there, but I kind of vaguely recall like if you mess up a gasket, you shouldn't use it. I think I remember you mentioning that. So it's like, well, luckily I have 12. 12 very soft. I just need to be better about centering this. Shit, I did it again. Damn it. Oh my gosh. Okay, another one blown.
I'm tired of training. I'm just gonna go to the gym.
I also think I'm blowing this one too. Nice. Oh yeah. I guess it doesn't really matter. It just needs to be
Those like side character trainers that do like random encounters. They're called youngsters. I
yeah.
just think of black youngster. What? I did. Wow. What?
Are you playing against a youngster right now?
Yeah. In the gym.
Youngster?
Yeah. Isn't it dumb how gym leaders don't even have 6 Pokemon?
Yeah, like, geez, they're so unprepared. Snoozerton, do you know where to find a bunch of desk mats?
Oh.
I don't know where, like, you can just find just, like, desk mats. Like, I know that, like, sometimes I just come across them. But I don't know where you would just go to, like, find them. Like, it's probably, like, you could look at NovelKeys. NovelKeys probably has some desk mats. Bolsa probably has some. I don't know, they're just off the top of my head.
My Shinx evolved.
Oh, crap. No, I do need 12. Fuck. Okay, so I gotta use these ones that I might have messed up already. I forgot I needed to do the other side.
Most of the Pokemon I'm using are all Gen 1 Pokemon, so it's dumb.
The Pokemon you're using are Gen 1 and you find it dumb?
Yeah, because I'm playing, what is this, like Gen 4?
Yeah.
But Giant Pro's Gen 5.
That was 4. That was the one after Ruby and Sapphire, wasn't it?
I don't think
I don't-
I feel like Black and White are after Ruby Sapphire.
No, Black and White was way later, bro. Yeah, Diamond and Pearl I remember was like sorry, hold on. Diamond and Pearl was high school. Black and White was like college, late college, I think.
It is Gen 4.
Yeah. And then it was X and Y, and then it was Sun and Moon. You know any nice white and black ones? I'm not sure off the top of my head. I know black and white desk mats that are available readily.
I only
ClickPig.
have 2 Gen 4 Pokemon.
ClickPig, thank you for the sub. Thank you for re-upping. That is an excellent use of emotes there. I'm not sure if you're on stream, Alex. You should check that out.
I am not.
Oh my god.
You should clip it though.
Oh my god. I'm blowing this. I don't need to clip it, I just need to screenshot it. Oh my god. I feel like I'm just really messing up. Okay, I feel like I've messed up a bunch of these gaskets, but you know what?
Oh, shit.
Whatever.
Why does Geo do no stealth rocks? Ah, so stupid.
I love Geodude. Okay. Click Pig, welcome back. Thanks again for your continued support. We are slowly building this Polaris. Slowly and unsurely. So, for anyone unfamiliar, this is a Frankenswitch that has a name, but I don't like Frankenswitch names, so I will not say what the name is.
Damn, how'd you get Cranidos?
Is that like a reverse BCP or something? Ooh. Is it? I didn't even think of that. I guess you could say it kind of is. But that isn't necessarily, I guess, how I had known it to be. I think the key here is the silenced part. And it going into some tight housing. Thanks so much, everybody, for being here. By the way, quick announcement for anyone who wasn't tuned in earlier. We're doing this rebuild here just because I find, or like a second build on this board I've already touched 9 months ago. Over me doing a board that, you know, I have that's completely unbuilt. Because I want to do like a chiller stream, I guess. I'm making, I guess, something of an announcement tomorrow, but you'll hear it here first. I am going to start using different accounts on Instagram for personal stuff, which is where you currently find my Instagram right now, to go along with a separate account for concert photography and a third account for keyboard content. So that'll all happen tomorrow, and I wanted to just be able to set that one off before doing my next big unbuilt build, which will be a Meridian, and that'll either be Wednesday or maybe like Sunday. It's kind of depending on how it goes. And Thixius, hey. For anyone who wants to see the accounts that I will post to starting probably tomorrow. And I'm not certain if these names will stay exactly the same, but I'll begin posting. And by the way, again, Thixius, welcome. I'll be posting concert photos here. And keyboard content here. Today at work sucked. All I want to do is sleep. Ooh, that's not good. Hope it wasn't too bad. I hope your day goes bad. I'm glad you're here now. Glad you could be here just chilling. I hope you're chilling now. Alrighty. That's a bummer. Okay. So we have gotten all this here together. Let us, man, I got a lot of junk here on my desk. Hope you could take a break, Thixius. Meanwhile, I'm gonna set up my soldering iron. Just get this ball rolling. A little over 2 hours in, 10:30 p.m. Pacific, and I have not started soldering yet. We're taking our sweet time. Our very, very sweet time. Gonna go slap this one guy, Chris, like, hey, I appreciate it. And yeah, hey, by the way, just anyone who's out there, feel free. Pay no mind to if you're, whatever you're interested in. I encourage and would appreciate you guys following all my accounts, but for whatever you're most interested in, whether it be, everyday 35mm photos, that's where you'll find my account CG1 currently at. And if you're cool with some concert photos or some keyboard photos, you can see those other accounts as well. I'm gonna close this secondary mic, so I'll be a little bit quieter, but at least you guys won't have to deal with the sound of this fan. I also have got to get my work mat back in place. Okay, so I'm looking at this. We're gonna probably do a little bit of, just ensuring use the VOD method as I usually do, but I think this one specifically we'll need to sort of make sure we address properly, just because I can see a little bit of unideal warping here of the plate with the PCB. Alrighty. So, no predictions on the solder, but we will maybe run a prediction a little bit later on assembly. So, there's the end. There it is. I think we're mostly good. I think, okay, some of these corner ones definitely need to be addressed. Okay. I think it's pretty good here for the most part. But I'll still do some of these corners, these edges, just to be sure. Mickey Ryu, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you being here. Things looking pretty good here. Just trying to hit these edge pieces. Make sure everything is aligned as properly as they can be. We should be good. It's just all these manual checks, so we'll proceed here. Still maintaining the method. Do two at a time here. Some ways it speeds it up, but I've also realized when I do the push, I have to wait a little bit longer just so that the solder cools down to hold things in place. Is this dark? I wonder if this is really dark. believe the entire bottom row is already done in terms of that first pin. So after we take care of this entire bottom or last row of first pins, we should be able to sail pretty smoothly with the remainders. Flip this around a little easier. Hop in bed, alert. Hey, thanks. Appreciate the lurk. See you in a little. Got about 3 pins left, I think. Okay. Maybe I'll do the secondary pins now pretty fast. I think, at least. Let's get to it. Upside down, maybe? Yeah. Pretty close here. Alright, I guess while we are... Oh god. While we're getting close, let's, I guess, run a prediction. think we can do this really rather quickly. Let's go with... Let's go with this. So the question is how long for us to fully assemble. Once I finish soldering, we'll get a timer running, and do you think that I can do it in 14 minutes? And that'll include putting the entire board together. And this will be like after we just test the PCB and everything, but can I put the entire board together and mount keycaps on it? Considering that most of the mods, most but not all the mods, are still attached to another board. We'll check it out. So feel free. It's prediction time, guys. Got 5 minutes to predict here. Let me know what you guys think. Get your predictions in, anybody out there. Once I finish soldering this last row here, I'm gonna give it a little test, and then we're gonna get a timer running to full assembly after that. This being a board I've already played with, I think it should be a little faster. We'll see if I run into any issues, or there are times where I think I've done full assembly very, very quickly for boards I hadn't seen before in like 14 to 17 minutes. But there were other times where I came into huge hitches that made it extend to essentially an unlimited amount of time. Okay. So I think that's it there. Take a look and see, does this test okay? Oh, S, E, whoa. Okay, a bunch of stuff here doesn't seem to be working quite right. Okay, I'm not quite sure. S through H, S, D, F, G, H, and N failing to work for some reason. So let's take a look and see what we got. Oh. I just missed a bunch. What? I missed a bunch, but I'm not sure why N isn't working. Z, X, C, V, P, N. That one looks like it should, but let me just try and solder the last few here. Missed a couple. Yeah, I don't know how this happened. This would be ZXCVBN. Nothing seems wrong. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, I'm not sure that anyone actually ran or put in any predictions, but I guess we'll just kind of see. Okay, N is still bad. That's unfortunate. Okay, I guess we'll need to suck it out. I put in a new switch in there or something. ZXCVBN. I wonder what has happened. It'll be this guy right here. So I'll just take a look and see what we can do here. I'll wait for this beep. There we go. Okay. ZXCVBN. Not quite certain what happened. Hey! 1881307, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here. Fixing one rogue switch. Well, let's also, while we're at it, test out and see. Ooh. Oh. Need my tweezers here. Does N just work? Roro, welcome. Okay, so N works. Shoot, I don't remember which one was the bad switch. Holy shit, sick tat. Thank you. I suppose you might not have seen it before. It's a big piece, but we're gonna get a little bit more work in at some point. Alright, let's see if we can get this to work here. Will this work? There we go. Should be good now. All right. Okay. So I don't think anyone actually wagered any points. But I guess I mean, I don't even need to bring the timer out. We could just like look on the clock. So it's 10:53 and the hope is that I can finish putting this all together by 11:07 and 30 seconds. So we'll start. Well, I'll get this out of the way. Move this. I'll have to leave this guy out here just because we're going to need to clean it later, if even just for a small amount of time. You say my name? I called out any predictors. I don't think anyone predicted. Baroro, welcome. 1AA1307, welcome. Snooze and Anthixius, welcome back. Okay. I guess we'll just go and get started. So by 11:08, by 11:08 we gotta have all of this set up and ready to go. When did you get that tap? Must have taken so long. Holy, yeah. It's been a work in progress. It always has been, I guess. Oh, I need a tape mod this because I can't be certain that this won't short. It's in the middle of a Brawlhalla game. I heard my name. So I started it in summer of 2017. Yeah, I need a tape. I need tape mod. But I also realized I need to cut out holes for all the let me get this out of the way. For all the LEDs. I guess I could just turn the LEDs off because it doesn't even show up. Yeah, I started in 2017, and I had gotten one sleeve and a chest piece, part of the chest piece done, but it was like a little less than half my chest. And then I had like a few more sessions, had like 1 or 2 sessions in between, but I got the rest of it kind of done pretty much mostly in 2019. That was when I sort of went along and continued with it. Where I completed the chest piece, so it was like a little bit more than half that I needed to take care of. And then I did the other sleeve. And so, yeah, that's kind of how it went. I love the Supreme. Nice little jersey piece. I've gained weight since I bought a lot of my clothing. So this used to be big on me and now it like fits slightly small. But yeah, come February, I'm gonna get a little bit more work done. The plan is to move up my neck. So we're just gonna probably bring the bars up. Good luck, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, it's bad. So my artist used to be here in San Francisco. So it used to be super easy to get to him. The thing that's like ridiculous though is like, oh man, he was so close. But he moved to Hawaii. So I mean it's not a bad thing to go to Hawaii, but it's just like it's a little bit less convenient. So I have to fly out to Hawaii now and do it. And the thing was that like we scheduled this trip, and it's like we scheduled the trip so that it would be like I'd get the tattoo done first, which may probably have been a little bit counterintuitive because like I won't be able to go in the water. Is that duct tape? This is gaffer's tape, and I'm not a big tape mod guy, but not a big tape mod guy, but I feel like the Polaris being such a low profile unit here, I need to do this. I mean, either the other choice is case foam, which I have tried in the past, but want to prevent the shorts because it was shorting, or it has shorted before. It's shorting? No, I mean the Polaris I feel like has had this issue, especially like before I was using the PC half plate, and it had shorting issues. I mean, like there's no way around it. And like the thing was, I had heard about this even before I had done it, and I used case foam, but now I'm just trying out what tape would be like. Just cling wrap. Wow. Like a real one. All right, so I'm gonna be honest here. I don't think I'm gonna be finished by 11:08. I'm not sure when we should get the timer all set up, but I had forgotten about this this step. For those of you who didn't predict, which was everybody, you made a good choice in not predicting. What does this tape do exactly? It can make the tape can make the switch sound louder. I'm doing this to make the This is true, yeah. So a lot of people have been doing this tape mod because they think keyboards sound better when you tape it up on the back. For me, I'm just doing it literally for practical purposes because what ends up happening is there's all these metal contacts, like there are these metal points, you know, like where the solder joints are, that could come in contact with the metal of the case. And then, yeah, it's like, it basically could just interfere with how the keyboard functions. There'll be like, just as an example, like a whole bunch of keys will register at once when the metal touches metal because of how the traces are sort of set up on the keyboard. Yeah, so people do it for the sound for sure. Yeah, making the board not short. Yeah, I mean, it's something that people kind of do. I didn't make this long enough. I feel like it's something that people do, or were doing a lot with the use of foam, but this is just like the alternative now, is to just tape it up at the bottom. Yeah, so my only times I ever really choose to use tape, I guess 3 choices. One is to prevent shorts. 2 is because I have excess tape for whatever reason. Like say for example, I was doing some half plate situation. I want to hold the keys down and I just end up having a bunch of extra tape. The 3rd is if chat wants me to. Gotta go dinner. Hope you have a good rest. Hey, 1881307. Thanks for coming by. Always a pleasure to have you. You mentioned this board has such an issue. Yeah. Bye. Bye. Putting this small 3rd layer. I'm gonna cut a little bit off of this. So yeah, I feel like last time around I did case foam because tape was not yet in the meta. Then you just Lala mentioned this last time around, but just like try to keep the controller clear. Okay. What I'm now also gonna do is I'm gonna turn the LEDs off so that this thing doesn't get hot. lighting. Is it already off? I don't know how to tell. I guess like I'll just leave this partially exposed here. Okay, all off. That should cover it then. Oh, I realize I haven't even been using the overhead, so. When Epsy says he's trying to figure out if I was using duct tape, I realize it's because I was like on my screen still. Alrighty. So, assembly, putting it all together. Do I do it face down? Yep. Okay. Those Moyu blacks? No. Feel free to hit that build command. Epsy, for if you may not know this, but I am not big into Frankenswitch names. So so I try not to say what the Frankenswitch is, because I'm not a big Frankenswitch name guy. I'm not even that big a regular name, like regular Switch name guy. So so I write in all the details of what it actually is rather than use a made up name. So there is a name for this. No one has successfully. I just hate Switch. You're right. I just hate Switch names. It's true. So no one has successfully figured out what this name is so far in this stream. If you could find out what the name is and what the origin is, I guess kudos to you. But no one has successfully figured out what I have understood this name to be. 68 Extreme Slow 2. Is there a problem with that? I like slow springs. I like, I don't know. I like slow springs first and foremost. I like, heavier springs are like kind of nice. I kind of like nice stuff, or nice heavy. 60 gram slow 2 felt like 70 grams to me. I actually, I brought over to Ada's place and she's gonna work on some switches for me. 63.5 slow 3. In banana split switches. 60 gram extreme slow. I think like slow is important to me because I don't like the idea that I'm hovering and I can still register a key. And I do like heavier. I don't know what it is, but I just like heavier switches, I guess. But I am trying to go back to 63.5 and see what the slow 3s are like. Thing is, I couldn't find a whole lot of slow 3 weights. I couldn't, like, of available places that I've found. Maybe I just didn't look that hard. Of available places I found, I've only found 63.5 and 68 for slow 3s. And I try to look for, like, I've done this thing where I've tried to look for heavier springs just to be sure that God, just bumped my knee. Just to make sure that my spacebar is heavy enough. And I'm also realizing that I forgot to put in a heavier spacebar switch here. So, oops. It just hit me now. That's a been assembling this. Also, great job to anyone who didn't predict, which was everybody, because I am now past 11:08. I can only think of rude names for this switch. There is someone who came up with it. Someone did come up with this and gave it a name. And to me, the name was not the important part. The important part was me being able to use these leftovers. Alright, so this is that switch that you see in the build command with the palm plate. Full plate. I probably should have mentioned it's a full plate. Now it is time to put on keycaps. Do you have RAID switches? I have a whole bunch of MX black silent stems. I've never tried RAID switches now. Would you say they're worth it to try? I think I might have liked to a couple of things. One, I might have liked to put a heavier spring in here, but two, as I think there's a little rattle. So tick tick tick. Yeah, I'm like I know like I gotta fix it, which is fine. But I'm just like I'm debating on in terms of the actual weight of the spring, if I like it or not. I think I might want to do another desoldering run and solder, because I do have some. I have 78 gram slow 2s, and I think I just want to use it for the space bar. I do this thing where I have a bag of 78 gram slow 2, and I have a separate bag of kale box 60 gram, and that I use for Alps. It's too light. No, the space bar. I've noticed this thing here where the space bar doesn't feel the way I want it to. Was this a rebuild? Sort of. It wasn't necessarily like, it's like I had this second PCB. Yeah, I had the second PCB and I'm just doing the second build. I'm probably gonna actually rebuild the first one at some point. Take those Zelio switches out of there, and then throw in another switch in the PC half plate. Good to get this foam out of here. I hate foam. Foam is trash. Oh yeah. I have to untape this to desolder. And then let me grab this guy. So there's some oil in here, and then I'll just oil one spring. 78-gram spring. We'll use this for the space bar. As soon as I can untangle these. Ah, shit. Tangled the wrong one. Okay. Is out of there. Gonna snap this open. I think the scary part here is because I want a heavier spring in there, it's basically a different switch, and because it's a different switch, I am now here at risk of mixing this up with others. So what I think I'd heard someone else say they did was like they mark it. And I remember I have a silver Sharpie somewhere. I have many Sharpies, but I want to use a silver one. All right. So they'll mark a switch just so that they know which one is the different one. So maybe I'll do that after I change the spring out. Just throw that in here for now. Take this, and I got some tweezers. This is our 78-gram spring, a little bit of oil. Just grab a little bit of it, brush this down. Just get in there. That back in. Assure that it's heavier, which it most definitely is. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that silver Sharpie. Just like mark it, I don't know, right there. On this corner. And I guess we'll also just mark the switch here. I'll put an X here or something. You guys like that? This is our heavier switch. Little mark on the stem, little mark on the side on the housing. Top housing, I don't think like one mark was probably fine, to be honest. All right, I need to get the soldering iron back together. I realized I hadn't heated up the iron. I guess in the meantime, I can just try to plug that stabilizer full of lube. Okay, so I just plugged it. And it looks like our iron is sufficiently heated. I've got here one switch, so I'm not even going to put my fume extractor on. We're just going to try to do this real fast. I'll load down it just to be sure. Get that other one in just like that. And we should be good. Okay. Whoa, I realized you guys couldn't even see anything. My bad. Okay. So, let's just check. Let's check to see what we have here. I don't know, I think it's kind of fine. I don't know what you guys think. Let's see what happens when I mount it in the case. It's probably a bigger deal. What I've seen is stuffing the spacebar area with foam. And I wonder if that really makes it sound better or not. What do you guys think? I think I have some just foam lying around. Is that a real thing? People trying to mess with the acoustics down here. I think it's too thick. Let's try this out. This might be too much. put one strip of foam just at the bottom where the space bar is. We'll just kind of see if that does anything. I usually try not to do things like that, but I feel like, well, while we're here, let's see if this does anything. We're already messing with it enough. Ooh, it's already 11:30. My goodness. We've been dicking around a lot tonight. I wonder if anyone uses the Polaris with no weight. Just like they just leave it exposed like this. I don't know what you guys think. Hold up. I realize our second mic hasn't been on here. There's a ping in there. You don't use the weight? No, it's not that I don't use the weight. I'm just wondering if no one, or if anyone has ever just done this. Weight back on. I wonder if you could stuff a board full of bread. Ooh. It starts molding. The spacebar is as heavy as I want it to be now. I'm just wondering if I'm... Let me get the other switches, or the other keycaps on. I don't know if I'm going crazy here. Yeah, there's definitely a tick that I haven't been able to get rid of. What purple set is that? It's very deep. This is VOC. VOC and a bunch of tick. Hold on. Oh, I don't have anything plugged in, damn it. Trying to pause my music here. There we go. I'll throw the keys on and then we'll kind of see what happens here. I'm like just sitting here like, oh man, what am I doing? the misery here. A, S, T, F, G, H, J, K, L. The misery. 0987. I think these are all right hand side because I did a funky thing with another board at some point. ERTY. A microwave chocolate milk, now it's hot cocoa. Hey, congratulations. That's fantastic. All right, I need more. Where are the others? Oh shit. Yeah, that's the wrong spot. ESDGF. Oh, what I drop? Alright, and then the rest are on this Kara. Oh, I need to do the boomer thing. Who was it? It was either Lightning or Epsy. One of you guys called me a boomer for doing this thing. Take the super keys off. And put arrows. I can't tell if there's a tick or not. At this stage, I cannot. I guess the big difference is for me, I don't care so much for myself. It's more just an embarrassing thing. Because you guys are all watching. Alrighty, so here we are with this. Let's give it a little test, yeah? If y'all are up for it, a little test. Let's run prediction. Look at this sick prediction. No one voted. Let's do that. All right, 60 seconds. Prediction up, guys, by the way, if anybody wants to throw in a wager. If anyone wants to throw in a wager, feel free. Slowly cleaning up here, but I'm very clearly not going to finish. The space bar is kind of where I want it in terms of weight now, though. 78 grams. Returns quite nice. $10 points. 10 points for doubting? 10 points are being doubted. Someone stands to gain 10 points, if you believe. It was me. I may want to get a new mic stand. I got this desk stand, and I feel like I may want to switch on over back to a boom arm. I was watching Xing Wang's stream earlier. She had a guest on speaking about sound. Gave a nice little shotgun mic suggestion that's slightly more affordable than some of the bigger, more expensive shotgun mic options. So it looks like we're ready to go. Alright, guys. Let's go. Let's put this right here. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay. 60 seconds, monkey type. This is a Polaris. We got a palm plate. We got the cherry silent black stems and the kale NovelKeys Cream housing with 68 gram Slow Extreme II springs. It is tape modded to assist with prevention of shorts. And I has a gimmick through in a small layer of foam where the space bar is. So with probably, it seems to be only 10 points wagered as a doubt. Let's begin. Let me get a wrist here. Alrighty, here we go. Wait. Let's get the music off. I'm gonna get this fan off right here as well. Okay, let's do it. Dang. Doubters won. You win your 10 points back. What do you guys think of the sound? It's pretty quiet. I actually don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Wow, I don't hate it. It's I kind of like it. Let me. I'm gonna keep playing around here because, like, I thought I would not like it as much because my understanding is that, like, the travel would have been reduced, but I don't think it's that bad. I think it's a little weird. I think there is I don't know. I think there's a little tiny remnant of rattle. Actually, it's probably not tiny. You guys probably can hear it and it probably sounds terrible, but to me it's like yeah, if I can fix the rattle here on the space bar, I've become much more curious of how it'll actually feel or perform. One thing I heard was that, like, dealing with these Franken switches that use like silent sliders is meant to like make them feel a little bit more topre like, and I think I can hear it. In terms of feel, I don't know. Maybe, and I think especially with slow springs, I think maybe that's a part of the idea of it feeling a little topre-ish like, but I'm also curious about whether or not you get more of that sensation with something like a tactile silent stem. Oh, I like it. Hope you guys do too. Alright. Well, if anyone's interested, we could play a little tribe. If I remember how to look for it. If anyone's interested in some tribe, feel free to join in. Let's see if anyone hops in. If not, then it's chill. Do I have any purple, violet, and yellow themes here? Grand Prix, kind of close-ish. It's more blue. Yeah, nothing crazy. Future funk, but then there's no yellow in it. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. How do I exit out of this? How do I go back to the tribe room I was just in? Oh, Snoozerton, welcome. Oh, Snooze, I guess you're the leader. Alright, Snoozy. Eggs. You can set me to leader, or you can just choose whatever you want, and we can just run it. Whew. I'm gliding. I like these switches. They're pretty nice. They sound nice. They feel nice. It's all good. Simply mistakes. Ooh. Oh God. Oh, oh, interesting. Wait. So, hold up. I'm pretty sure, like, clock time wise, like, world clock time wise, you beat me, because I think I started late. So it's like, I feel like there's kind of a point where they say, like, oh, you have to finish within this amount of time, but at the same time, like, if I start late, then it might be okay. I don't know. I'm not certain. Or maybe it's that your raw was really high. I'm just better. Your raw was really high, but I guess the accuracy might have been a little amiss, I suppose. I don't know. But you're fast, man. I don't think I was that fast. Like a couple of years back. Yeah, you got merch. I'm down to keep running. I don't know how to change settings. I think like I don't know how I can't see the lobby. I think there should be like a home icon somewhere, like around this area. How do I make you leader? I think there should be like a cog near my name for you. Like right here, there should be like a cog next to it, and then you can... Oh, am I the leader? Oh, I'm the leader. Okay, cool. Is there any settings you want? Let's see. Do English 450k. If anyone wants to hop in, pass it back. punctuation. Wait, you can't turn on. Are these like broken? Hold up. You can't just like turn these on. Alright, we'll do 450K. 30 seconds English. Oh, time. Whoops. Time? 30 seconds English. Okay. Alright, ready up. We'll do regular English. Alrighty. I'll do this one, I'll do one more after. Oops. Woo. Woo. Well, you had that crazy run earlier where you went like 125 and 115 or whatever. Ooh. Ready up when you want. Let's take a look at Zuzano. Looks like, is Jim still alive? Oh, he is. Okay, I'll raid Jim a little bit later, but okay. Back to lobby. Same everything. All right, let's do this. All right, this is my last one. This is my last one. Oh my god. Yeah. Woo. Dang, I like these switches. I like this board. I think I like this board better than the other build that I had with the Zelio. So I'm kind of glad that I've done this here. More? All right. I'm down for more. If anybody out there wants to join in again. There it is. Scary to go against the Ooh, smooth, man. I'm gliding on these. These are nice. Oop. All right, one more. Eggs? What is eggs? Is eggs like a... Is that like a mode? don't know what eggs is. All right. I don't know what this mode is. I'm guessing it's boobs. But already up. I think that's gonna be my last one. Then we'll go and raid Jim. Send him some partner push love. I'm so... Oh! Numbers. Well, I like this mode. Oh, that mode is like, it's like an easier version of specials. I like that. Easy specials. I'm a fan. Can you type special? Do you want to do specials? I'll do special. I'll do one more if you want to do specials. Sure, I don't even know what that is though. Well, you're lucky that we're in timed mode here. When it's word mode, oh, you just struggle to finish. That wasn't. Let's do an English 60. Let's do an English 60 and then that's it. No more after. English 60 and then I'm done. I accidentally hit enter on English, no specials, 60. And then we'll call it a night. This is my last one for sure, 100%. Oh, dang, slowed down at the end and it's so much longer. Alright guys, I think that's about it for me here. Alrighty. Thanks everybody for being here. For those who haven't already yet, join that Discord if you want some updates. I'm just a fear. Don't say that. We're just having fun here. That's all this is. Alright, guys. Been a lot of fun with you. I'm going to be back either Wednesday or Sunday with the Meridian. So, come Sunday or Wednesday, whichever it is. I'll see you guys again soon. Join that Discord if you haven't already. Good night from San Francisco. We're going to be raiding Jim. Good night, guys.